Imagine working in a team where everyone protects each other, supports each other, and works toward one mission. Now imagine the opposite, a workplace full of fear, politics, stress, and competition. Why do some teams thrive while others completely fall apart? According to Simon Sinek in Leaders Eat Last, the answer has nothing to do with talent alone. It has everything to do with leadership. Great leaders don't just manage people. They create an environment where people feel safe. And when people feel safe, they become loyal, creative, and willing to achieve extraordinary things together. In this video, we'll break down the most powerful lessons from Leaders Eat Last and explore how leaders can build trust, loyalty, and high-performing teams. Let's begin. The meaning of Leaders Eat Last. The title of the book comes from a military tradition. In the Marines, leaders literally allow their soldiers to eat first. The leaders eat last. This simple act sends a powerful message. The leader's job is to protect the people, not the other way around. Simon Sinek argues that leadership is not about power, status, or authority. It's about responsibility. Real leaders sacrifice their own comfort for the well-being of the team. And when employees believe their leaders truly care about them, something incredible happens. Trust grows. Collaboration improves. People become willing to help each other. But when leaders only protect themselves, fear spreads, politics increase, and everyone starts thinking only about survival. The biggest lesson here is simple. People don't work hard because of rules. They work hard because they feel valued. The circle of safety, one of the most important ideas in the book, something Simon Sinek calls the circle of safety. In ancient times, humans survived because they belonged to tribes. Inside the tribe, people felt protected. Outside the tribe were dangers. Modern workplaces operate the same way. When leaders create a safe environment, employees focus their energy on creativity, innovation, and teamwork. But when employees feel unsafe, they spend their energy protecting themselves. They hide mistakes, avoid risks, compete with co-workers, and stop trusting leadership. According to Sinek, the leader's most important job is to expand and protect this circle of safety. That means supporting employees during difficult times, encouraging honesty, rewarding teamwork instead of internal competition, making people feel secure and respected. Great cultures are not built through fear. They are built through trust. And trust cannot exist where people feel disposable. The chemicals that control human behavior. One of the most fascinating parts of the book is how Simon Sinek explains leadership through biology. He says our behavior is strongly influenced by chemicals in the brain. There are 4 major chemicals discussed in the book. Dopamine. Dopamine gives us the feeling of achievement. It motivates us to accomplish goals. But too much dopamine can create addiction to short-term success. People start chasing numbers, profits, and rewards while ignoring relationships. Serotonin. Serotonin creates feelings of pride and respect. It increases when leaders recognize and appreciate people. This is why good leaders celebrate their teams. Oxytocin. Oxytocin is the trust chemical. It strengthens human connection and loyalty. Acts of kindness, teamwork, and support increase oxytocin. Strong organizations are built on this chemical. Cortisol. Cortisol is the stress chemical. When people constantly fear losing their job or being blamed, cortisol levels rise. Too much cortisol damages creativity, trust, and health. This is why toxic workplaces burn people out. Sinek's message is clear. Great leaders create environments where trust chemicals grow and fear chemicals decrease. Why short-term thinking destroys companies. Many organizations become obsessed with short-term results. Quarterly profits, numbers, performance metrics. And while goals are important, Simon Sinek warns that focusing only on numbers creates dangerous cultures. Employees stop caring about people. They begin cutting corners, hiding problems, competing against teammates. Eventually, the culture collapses. Sinek explains that sustainable success comes from long-term thinking. Companies that truly care about employees often outperform others over time because loyal employees give more energy, creativity, and commitment. People don't give their best to organizations that treat them like machines. They give their best to organizations that treat them like humans. The danger of abstraction, another powerful idea in the book, is abstraction. When leaders become disconnected from real people, they start making harmful decisions more easily. For example, firing employees may look simple on a spreadsheet, but behind every number is a human life, a family, dreams, responsibilities. Great leaders stay connected to people. They walk through offices, listen to employees, understand struggles, and build relationships. Because leadership is not about managing statistics, it's about caring for humans. The best leaders sacrifice first. Simon Sinek repeatedly emphasizes one key principle. Leadership means sacrifice. In difficult moments, true leaders take responsibility. They don't blame employees. They don't hide. They don't protect only themselves. Instead, they step forward. This creates trust. People willingly follow leaders who prove they genuinely care. The strongest leaders are often the most humble. They serve first, listen carefully, and put the mission and people ahead of personal ego. This is why servant leadership is so powerful. People don't trust leaders because they're powerful. They trust leaders because they're dependable. What makes people love their work? Why do some people love their jobs while others hate them? According to Sinek, the answer usually isn't money, it's culture. People want to feel safe, respected, appreciated, connected to a purpose, part of something meaningful. When leaders create these conditions, employees become emotionally invested. And emotionally invested people do extraordinary work. This is why great leadership is not a luxury, it's a competitive advantage. The best companies understand that protecting people ultimately protects performance. Lessons you can apply today. So how can you apply these lessons in real life? Here are practical actions inspired by the book. 1. Build trust. Slowly, trust is earned through consistent actions. Keep promises. Be honest. Support people when mistakes happen. 2. Protect your team. If you lead others, create psychological safety. People should feel safe speaking honestly. 3. Appreciate people publicly. Recognition boosts confidence and loyalty. Celebrate effort, not just results. 4. Think long-term. Don't sacrifice relationships for short-term wins. Healthy cultures create lasting success. 5. Lead through service. Ask yourself, how can I help my team succeed? That mindset changes everything. At its core, Leaders Eat Last teaches one unforgettable truth. Leadership is not about being in charge. It's about taking care of the people in your charge. The best leaders create trust. They create safety. They create unity. And when people feel protected, they stop focusing on survival and start achieving greatness together. That's why some teams pull together while others fall apart. Because leadership shapes culture, and culture shapes everything. If you enjoyed this summary, subscribe for more powerful book breakdowns on leadership, business, psychology, and personal growth. And remember, the strongest leaders are not the ones who put themselves first. They are the ones who choose to serve others first. Thanks for watching.